What's up, yo? It's Luke's Retro Rack here, and today I have got a 2DS in front of me, and not just any 2DS. Specifically, I forgot for which game, but a Legend of Zelda Edition 1. I forgot which Zelda game, I just know this is a Legend of Zelda Special Edition. This is my friend's 2DS, and basically I'm going to be doing two things for him. One, if I can get it in the light, you can probably see it clearly. The C stick right there, I'm still figuring this out. There, so you can see that that's broken off, the cap there. The stick itself still moves just fine and works fine, it's just the cap is broken, so we're gonna be repairing that. And then he had also asked, just while I'm at it in here, just to also do a USB-C mod on here. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I got the parts right here. The kit I bought, or the listing I got, came with two of these caps here. So I just have an extra one now, which is nice. But yeah, we also have the USB-C kit in there. And yeah, you could use this as a tutorial on how to install it, but I'm just going to be showing off doing it, so I'm not gonna really make it seem like a tutorial. But anyway, holy crap, you can see my face. Okay, let's get straight into this. Looking at the battery looks pretty good. I see like ever so slight swelling, but from what I know, he's had this 2DS for quite a long time, so seeing the battery is only like this barely swelled up after that long is pretty impressive. So yeah, just something extra to check out for. Okay, I believe I got all these screws, so you have to be careful with this. There's a ribbon cable attached to this shell here, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Oh, see, here I go, hard not being careful. Yeah, you can't see it on camera, but it's attached there, so I just need to... There we go. So that's off. Yeah, right there. There's that ribbon cable. Be careful of that if you're taking apart one of these yourself. Looking at the inside, like, condition-wise, it seems pretty, I mean, it's pretty good for how old it is and how long he's had it. It's pretty good. You've got like dirt and gunk built up in the corners, but that's really it. I mean, it's pretty clean everywhere else, which is impressive. So these just, does this one want to come off? Wonder if it's the SD card in there stopping that. Yeah, he does have I think this is a modded 2D, okay, yeah, that was in the way. Yeah, this is modded 2DS. I know these springs are a pain in the butt to get back on, but that's gonna be a problem for the future. That is screwed down, okay. Oh, there's a lot of tiny and fragile ribbon cables in here, so just need to flip up all these locking tabs. Okay, I'm pretty sure I got every screw and every ribbon cable detached, so should be able to lift this out. Yes. Yes. Okay. We'll get to the joystick here, or the C stick here in a second. I think I'm going to do the USB-C mod first. So first thing we need to do is remove the old port here. And what's nice is this is actually a working port. It isn't like broken at all. So he just simply wanted it changed out for USB-C. So that is pretty nice. Here, I'm gonna turn on my iron so that's heating up. So yeah, first thing we just need to remove this port, get a nice clean slate, and then we will go from there. Okay, we got it off. I believe we are safe on ripped pads. I don't believe any of these got ripped at all. But let's clean it up. So it's gonna make the liquid indicator get triggered, so if anyone opens this in the far future, they may end up thinking there was water inside of here at some point, which obviously isn't the case, but oh well. As long as he knows and as long as we know that it's just IPA, then it's all good. Okay, that is off. If I can trust, I'll figure out this camera one day. Yeah, I don't. This camera is known for not focusing properly. I'm definitely gonna hold on to this port since technically the port did work. It wasn't broken or anything, so yeah, time to get the mod kit out. So what we have here is like a tiny, I'll try to describe it the best I can. It's a basic USB-C port on this tiny motherboard here, and it's got, you can actually kind of see these 3 pads, one in the middle, 2 on the side. The middle pad we do not need to worry about because this is just a regular 2DS. If you are doing this mod for a 2DS XL, then you need to worry about that middle pad. But we are only going to be focusing on the 2 side pads there. The middle pad is not our concern. But then if you have the 2DS XL, then it's the exact opposite. The side pads are not your concern, but it's the middle pad you need to worry about. So what we do is we line up those side pads with the 2 holes you see on the top of the board here. So we line those up there and we get those soldered on, then we solder in the rest of the ports, and theoretically that should be it and it should work. So first thing we need to do is pre-tin these pads with some solder, just so it's a bit easier to do them on the board. So I'm just gonna put a dab of flux on each of these pads here. May try to zoom in here so you can somewhat get a better idea of what I'm doing. And then just literally, you can't really see this well, but just put some solder on these pads. Okay, got a little bit of solder on those pads, so now we want to manually try to make an attempt to line this up oh, it's still a little bit hot. We're gonna try to do left-handed soldering here. Let's see how this, I should probably put flux on this, but let's see how this goes. Okay, I think that is on there. Yeah, I think it's on. Perfectly aligned too. Okay, hold on. Now I look at it from the side. Okay, this side, the back is a little lifted up, so we're gonna have to like push down on the back. That looks, I don't think any of that was on camera. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. If it was, then never mind, but I'm sorry. I'm looking at it. I don't think that was on camera at all. Okay, but I'm gonna try to get this up in here. So yeah, it's gonna be a blur, but you can see the USB-C port right there. I say I'll probably redo the solder on the bottom here. It's hard to tell, but it's a little bit messy. I was just doing it so it would hold it in place, but now we're gonna solder the back. There's 4 pins in the back here that we need to solder in there. 3 of them are ground pins, so I don't believe you technically have to solder all of them. You just have to solder at least one of them. But then one of these pins is a 5-volt rail pin, so you definitely need to solder that one. And then make sure they're not shorted together as well. The ground pins will be shorted together no matter what, but don't short ground with the 5-volt rail, whatever you do. No matter what electronic it is, that never ends up pretty, because you're gonna end up sending voltage in places where it's not supposed to go. Okay. I think I got it. So once again, we'll try my best to show this on camera. You see the four like white little balls there you see? Those are the points I just soldered on there. Okay, now we're gonna fix the work here on the bottom, because I mean, it's not bad, like it'll work perfectly fine. It's just not pretty. It could be a little nicer. There we go. Now it actually looks pretty. Oh, I don't know if you were able to, if you can tell the difference at all, but yeah, it's there. 4 points, they're pretty looking now. Those points look really good. Let me make sure the ones that aren't supposed to be shorted together aren't shorted together. I don't know if you're able to hear the beep, but hopefully you shouldn't hear a beep, except for 2 points that you will hear a beep. So these points you should not hear a beep, and there's no sign of a beep, which is good. These points you should not hear a beep. No sign of a beep. It's really good. These points you should hear a beep, and we do hear a beep. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it. So, okay. That's good. Alright, now the scariest part of probably the entire operation. Does it actually work? It hopefully should. Okay, so there's no battery. The battery isn't attached on here, obviously, so it's not gonna do like a proper charge. But even with no battery installed, if you plug it in, the charging light should come up for like 2 seconds, and then it'll immediately turn back off just because there's no battery to charge. So if we see that, that should indicate that it is all good. So let's get that so you can see it there. Obviously I'll properly test it with the battery in there once we get the stick taken care of and assembled, but yeah, when I plug this in, the light should appear for just a second and then turn back off again. Yep, there we go. It's actually staying on. That's strange. I thought it, oh, no, it just turned off. Okay. Okay. Mod done successfully. That light turns on for just a second, so that indicates that the charging functionality is working properly. So if you do this mod and that light does pop up clearly, but your battery still does not charge properly, that most likely is a battery problem, and you'll need a new battery. But I made sure beforehand that this battery was all good. Okay, so on the board, this is the stick we need to get to. There are 2 Phillips head screws holding it down, so we just simply get those screws out of here. Get that out, then this should come out. Yep. Okay. Okay, so this is like this is the bottom of the cap. The top of the cap is what broke off. So knowing how much he uses this 2DS and for it being as old as it is, it did last quite a while. I'll link, if I forgot to mention, I'll link in the description where I got these cap replacements and the USB-C mod kit. Yeah, okay, I think this should be the easier part. The USB-C mod was like the harder part. Just gonna clean that up. I'll do like a better cleaning on this a little bit later, but right now I'm kind of just gonna do this so it's not like perfect. It's not like a deep clean, but it's just cleaning off the things that just built up over time. So I don't know how good of quality this new stick is, like how good it'll last in the long term, but I guess I'll find out. Worst case, if this one does break, I do have another one. Right, I was struggling with this for a bit and I forgot you do it from this side here. So you get one of those in. There we go. Okay, I was struggling with that for a little bit too long. Okay, try to keep all these button pads in place. I may clean up those button pads too. Okay, there we go. That's on now. Just trying to be careful with that because the mod kit, or not mod kit, the kit for these sticks do not come with replacements for those little washers, so you do actually have to be careful with those. So okay, that's on. Let me, oh, okay, these screws are being funky. Let me get these screws here just to tighten it down securely. Okay, that's on there now. Okay, the buttons might fall out here. Let me try to hold these so the buttons don't fall out. So there it is. Oh yeah, it feels nice. It's not like, in case you're curious, it's not like rubber at all. There's no rubber, it's just plastic. Yeah, that feels nice. I think that's a job well done. Of course, I'll actually test it with it turned on and make sure it still inputs and reads. One thing I did just remember about the USB-C mod, the part here where the AC adapter and the cartridge slot are in, the top piece of it, the USB-C port is not, or is too big for, well, it's too big for this hole right here. So you do have to like shave it down just a tad bit. Like, you don't have to do it by a lot, but yeah, you do have to shave that down just a little bit. I'm gonna clean up the button pads. Doesn't do too much, it just kind of keeps them clean and preserved. So just because while this is open, might as well. All right, I need to get in the habit of holding this on camera because I keep forgetting about that. I'm holding this down, holding the battery down, so I'm gonna, once again, steal, the camera might shake a bit, I'm gonna steal the USB-C cable from here, plug it into the 2DS, and make sure it turns on. My finger is probably blocking the light, but I can see it. Yep, that's charging. I'm holding the battery down, so yeah, the light is remaining on, so, okay, there you go. You can actually see the light, so it is charging via USB-C, which is really good. So, let me just get that out of there. There may be a big cut in footage. I was trying to shave down the the part. Here, let me show y'all how it came out real quickly. So, alright, so yeah, this is the best quality you're gonna get. So, it's not perfect, as you can see. There's like some open space in there, but that's just what happens when you try to put a modern port onto an older system. So, right now I'm just putting all the screws back in the board. I'm just gonna assemble the whole thing fully, and we're gonna see how it works. Note to self, those shoulder buttons are the biggest pain in the butt. Holy crap. Just getting the springs in there. Okay. Before I put this part back on, I think I'm gonna clean it a little bit. Okay, we are going to put this back on, and it hopefully will go on smoothly. And let's start putting the screws in. That's what I actually want to do. Before I go any further, I just want to make sure that it's working properly. So let me, where did I put the, let me get the battery and just put it in there. With the back case on here, the battery will actually hold itself in place, which is nice, so I don't have to hold it as much. So I'm just gonna turn it on normally. Oh wait, I forgot his whoops, hold on. I forgot he has a modded 2DS. I forgot to put the SD card back in. Hopefully that didn't like reset his mod or something. I've modded a Nintendo Switch before. I've never modded like DS's. So okay. Had a little error screen. Hopefully putting that back in fixes that. There we go. Look at that. He's got a nice like Windows XP intro. I like that. Okay, let me just make sure it boots up good. Takes a second. I don't want to like show the screen directly, so I don't know if there's any. I don't know if he's okay with that being shown online. Okay, the date did reset. A few. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Some stuff like steps and things were reset. So